So what do you do if your meditation just isn't working? Hi everyone, my name is Ben and this video is about how to deal with obstacles that come up in meditation. I think it's really important to look at this issue because during the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of us are stuck at home and we're under a great deal of pressure, worrying about family and so on. And that means that even if we're doing more meditation than we would normally be, we're under a lot of pressure, and when we have a down in our meditation, when it doesn't seem to be working very well, it can be a really bad down. In other words, the troughs can feel much worse than they would normally do, and the peaks in our meditation practice maybe aren't quite so good. So what I'd like to do is just talk about a few things which I find helpful and which I think might be helpful for you. Just things to think about, really. And then I'd like to do some meditation and see whether having those things in mind when we do it can just help us practice the technique a bit better. So, first thing to remember, you are not alone. If you are having trouble in your meditation practice, I guarantee almost everybody else who's ever meditated will be having that same problem at some point. Even the Buddha did not just sit down, start meditating, and then immediately get enlightened. The Buddha sat down for a number of days under a tree, and during those days, whilst he was meditating, he had all kinds of experiences with sort of devils, which are called maras in the Buddhist tradition, or with other beings who were trying to sort of tempt him, all that kind of stuff. These were obstacles in his meditation practice. They were inside his own mind. So it's very important to remind ourselves, if we're feeling our meditation isn't working, that we are not alone. We are not the only person to have experienced this. There's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing defective about us. It's just something that happens when we practice meditation. Number 2, remember the techniques are designed for people like you. So I can only really speak about Buddhist meditation here, but certainly within the Buddhist tradition, all the different techniques of Buddhism, all of them are designed for humans. And they're designed for humans that have busy lives, they're designed for humans that sometimes get distracted, they're designed for humans that have all kinds of mental difficulties and problems. But they are for people like that, people like us, and they will work. Trust the technique, because people probably wouldn't have practiced it for this long. People probably wouldn't have continued to practice meditation and the various different techniques of meditation if they didn't work. So trust the technique. These techniques are designed for you. Number 3, just keep going. All right? It's very easy for me to say that. I'm sitting here making a video and it's very easy for me to say, just keep going, and you're the one that's going to have to just keep going and do the work. But think of just keep going in this way. If all you have to do is just keep going, you don't need to worry about success and failure. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether your meditation is better or worse than yesterday. It doesn't matter whether we need to do something differently or whether you've not quite got the technique right. It doesn't matter, because all you have to do is just keep going. Set yourself a target of, say, doing 10 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day, and just do it. And all you need to do during that 10 or 20 minutes is just do the technique to the best of your ability. And all this other stuff about improving, or is it working or is it not working, it all just dissolves. All you have to do is just keep going. Number 4, remember, you only need a tiny, tiny bit of experience. What do I mean by that? Well, it's not as though 1 minute you're going to have all these problems and the next minute you're going to be a perfect meditator. Meditation usually is a gradual path. But the good news about that is that when you have just one tiny experience, just 1 second of peace, 1 second of love, 1 second of joy, whatever it is that you're practicing, whatever it is that you're meditating with, if you have that experience just once, you can have it again. And if you can have it again, you can build on that. And if you build on that, ultimately, in the very long term, you can have that experience all the time, 24/7. All right. Now that's obviously very, very long term. And, you know, many people will not achieve that in this particular lifetime. But it's the principle of progression. Once you've done it a bit, you can do it a bit more. Once you've done it a bit more, you can do it a lot, and so on. So just remember, you only need one experience of the particular experience that your meditation is trying to generate, and then you can build on it. Number 5, relax. Okay, it's easy to say. It's easy to say, relax. We often hear it when we're being instructed to meditate and so on. But it is very important. And the reason it's very important is because so often these obstacles in meditation are caused by us questioning ourselves. You know, if you have a tense mind, if your mind is not relaxed, you might be sitting there thinking to yourself, oh, I could do it this way, I could do it that way, I should be doing this, I'm getting it wrong. Your mind just can't stay still. And once that happens, you're not doing the meditation anymore. You're worrying about doing the meditation, not actually doing the meditation. So if we relax, those problems tend to subside. We relax, we don't think about doing it right or doing it properly or whether we've missed a stage out. We just do the technique in as relaxed a way as we can, and things become a lot more natural. So those are the 5 things I wanted to talk about. I hope they're useful to reflect on. I'd like to do a bit of meditation now, so let's just reflect a little bit on those 5 things, and then we'll go straight into doing meditation. I'm going to sit here in silence and just do a couple of minutes noticing my breathing, noticing the breath leave the nostrils and then enter the nostrils again. You can do that technique. There's a video on the channel about how to do it, or you can do your own technique. That's fine. So I'm not going to guide it because I want people that are doing a different technique to be able to do that. And then we'll see whether having these few things in mind can actually help us have better, more effective meditation. So just a reminder, the 5 things are: 1, you are not alone. Everyone has this kind of problem. 2, these techniques are designed for you. 3, just keep going. 4, even a little bit of experience can kickstart your practice, and it shows that you can build on it, even if you just have 1 second of experience. And 5, relax. So let's just do a bit of meditation now, holding those 5 things in mind. I'm going to do meditation on the breath, as I say, but you do whatever meditation practice you feel like, whatever one you normally do. So just notice the breathing. Okay, so that was about 2 minutes. I hope this video has been useful. Corona pandemic is a very, very difficult time for all of us. I hope meditation can help you kind of alleviate some of the anxiety and difficulty of this time. And remember that if you have difficulties with meditation, that's quite normal. Just keep going and relax. Thank you all very much.